Right.
Yeah.
And end of podcast. We'll just release that end of.
Are we rolling now? Are we actually doing it? Or
No. We'll do an official introduction in a minute, but
we can edit bits if need be. Anyway, well, we do edit it, but I say we edit it.
Just take Dave's words, cut them all together. However, we sell the narrative. Right. Well, speaking of it, let's do the podcast.
Hey.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Welcome to episode 48 of FRUK Unwrapped, the official podcast of Food Review UK. On tonight's show, we are going to be looking at what it's like to be a YouTube food reviewer. But before that, our first host is someone who gets my like and subscribe, my follow, my heart, my friend request, my add, click, retweet, regram, upvote, reblog, boost, share, bookmark, connection, direct message. Somebody stop me, it's hashtag Stuart Bullock.
You missed out swipe right, and I think that's very telling.
Well, I'm not a liar, so it would have been swipe.
How you doing, Nathan?
I'm very, very good. As we record this, I've lost 6 stone, and I'm going to throw it back to you.
Wow!
You, my friend, are also on your own weight loss journey.
Yeah. So I got back on it again two weeks ago, and in the last 2 weeks, I have lost 1 stone.
Man,
So,
what a boy.
Incredible.
Pretty
Already
happy
looking
with
better,
that.
mate.
Pretty happy with that. Another. We'll see how we go. Another 5 to go, and then I'll be super happy again.
Yeah, do it, man. You can do it. When you put your mind to it, you can be in queue it, mate.
Excellent, a big time, yeah. And I must admit as well, I did a bit after we had the Man v Fat lads on. And I lost the kind of motivation after maybe a week or so, and I'm finding it a little bit easier this time. I haven't had any beer for 2 weeks since the podcast we did with Simon. I haven't had any beer since then. I'm not finding I'm craving a beer in the evening, so I've got past that. I can't remember the last time I went 2 weeks without a beer, without any alcohol. 2 weeks without any alcohol, and I'm finding that I'm managing to cope without any real kind of sweet treats. I've had the odd bit, like a Fibre One bar or whatever here and there, just to get a bit of sweetness. But I'm not really struggling at the moment. So I'm hoping that it's going to keep me motivated. Fast weight loss motivates me. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing is once you start ticking off these milestones, it only makes you want to tick off more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling. So
Yeah,
it's quite good that the 3 stars of Food Review UK are all sort of losing weight. It's ideal, really.
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
Next is someone who I usually reserve this time for every 2 weeks, mocking and ridiculing. But honestly, I don't want to tonight because he's a dear friend, and I don't think that sets a good example as to how you should treat other human beings. It's Yellow KA man, Michael Jamieson.
Wow. I can't tell if the yellow KA bit was like an insult, because usually I do get insulted for that, which shouldn't really insult people for the colour of their vehicle, even if it is yellow, bright, obnoxious yellow. No, that was very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate not being ridiculed.
That's fine. I just thought, treat others how you wish to be treated, and you are, you're one of my best friends, and therefore I should reflect that on an audio podcast where people might think that I hate you.
What lovely, feel lovely. I don't know what to say.
I'm going to be nice to you.
Yeah.
Finally, we have a very special guest tonight, someone who has become somewhat YouTube royalty this year and is now the #1 food reviewer in the UK. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's tuck in. It's Dave, aka Blue Van Man.
hello, lads. You okay?
Yeah, man.
Can I stop you there? I am not Food UK #1. I review everything. I reviewed socks, toothbrushes, car washes. I do everything. So I've always said you guys are the Food Review UK #1 channel. It is not me.
Well, I think many people would probably disagree with you, Dave. Me included.
You should see some of the shit on our channel that doesn't fall into the food category.
Thing is, I've just reviewed 2 cans of dragon soup. So
yeah, I've not watched that yet. Did see it.
Yeah. I was all right, and now it's beginning to take effect. So
good stuff.
Oh yeah, dragon soups.
We like a little buzz on here. Obviously, thank you very much for joining us, Dave.
Thank you for having me, lads. It's a good honour and privilege to be on your channel. You know, the YouTube's a big place and there's room for everybody. So it's nice for you to invite me on. So I'm honoured.
It's been a while coming. Like we obviously noticed you some time ago, and we're watching some of your videos and everything, and we were thinking about getting you on. And truth be told, it sort of coincided with then you obviously blowing up, and I thought I'll give him a little bit of space because I'm sure his world's gone a bit crazy for the last few months. So obviously we have to start there. What year you've had? How has it been for you?
Oh, it's embarrassing for me, to be fair, because I only did this as a little hobby thing. I never expected it to be like this. And for you guys that have been doing this for a couple of years or so, it is quite embarrassing to do this. But let's face it, when the truth be told, if it wasn't for True Geordie posting reviewing me, I don't think, well, I wouldn't be this big. So it's basically down to him. It's, not as such what I've done. Obviously, yeah, I do think I'm entertaining as people like it, but it is down to him. He's given me a massive, massive boost. So, there you go.
I think it's fair to say, I mean, making it in any walk of life, there's an element of got to be an element of talent and skill and an element of luck.
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
That shout out from True Geordie, yeah, that might have opened the door for a lot of people to find you, but ultimately, if your content wasn't good enough for them to watch and stick around, then they wouldn't have. People on the internet are not that stupid. So
yeah, it's a cocktail.
Yeah,
it is embarrassing, the fact that I've got. I mean, in February I only had 2,400 views, subscribers, and probably that amount of views as well. But and then all of a sudden, like when they reviewed me on their channel, and like I went to bed on that, and then somebody's like, "You're on True Geordie." I'm going, "What the bloody hell was True Geordie? I ain't got a clue what you're on." I didn't have a clue. I haven't got a clue. And next thing I know, I'm on 7,000, 10,000, and it's I just didn't know what the bloody hell was going off. So yeah, I suppose it's right time, right place, like most things in life. But
yeah, I mean, like you say, I mean, regardless of what it is, just be thankful for it. And like I say, people are sticking around because obviously you're providing content that they want to watch. So ultimately,
yeah, I'm thankful for them as well for doing that, because it's totally amazing what's happened.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you realise, or I had a quick look at your channel, and it's almost 2 years to the day since you actually created the channel. It was the 20th of September 2017. We're literally... Oh, it actually is today, isn't it? The 20th.
Is it?
Sorry. Today's the
18th.
No, when this goes out, it would be the 19th. Sorry. So you said it was a hobby. So what inspired you to start the channel? What sort of made you... MJ tells a story about how he went into news agents and couldn't find a review on YouTube for something he wanted to drop. Skill. Doesn't matter.
Well,
doesn't matter.
If we're not going to say the correct.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
no, not your question.
Devil is in the detail.
No,
Devil's in the detail.
I'm talking to Dave.
Detail.
I'm talking to Dave.
Detail.
Doesn't matter. Dave.
The wife just sat there watching YouTubers, and they were just talking about anything, really, isn't it? It's like she watches some bloke called Life on the Brushes, painter and stuff round our way, and she was watching other people, and I thought, I can do that. I can have a go at that. And that was just it, really. I just wanted some kind of hobby or something to do in my life. I thought if I could get a bit of a revenue from it, I could buy the kid a MacBook to keep her quiet so she won't moan so much. And it just took off.
Nice. It's... I think you're first looking at it. Do you remember what your first review was, what your first upload was?
Yeah, it was a very amateurish Harry's Razors.
All right, second follow-up question. Do you remember what your first food review was?
Do you know what? No, I haven't.
I haven't.
Was it? You tell me.
It was. You did a bunch of mince pies. I think you went around a few places like Morrison's and whatnot and picked up a lot.
I did mince pies. Bought about 8 lots of mince pies from different places and reviewed them. That's it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Good stuff. And it's it's like I say, it's gone from there. I mean, you've built a nice little empire for yourself, and you're featuring on various. You've been on local news recently, I think.
Yeah, I've been on local news. I've been on Radio Leicester. I've just done an interview with the Leicester Mercury today. That's going out this weekend, apparently. So, obviously, I've been on the kick-off with True Geordie, and it's some blokes gave me tickets to go and see the WWE Raw in Manchester in November. It's gone stupid.
I was going to pick up on that. So, I think I noticed you're a wrestling fan. What is your? We won't delve into it too deeply. What's your view on the current wrestling scene? Because Stuart's a big fan of wrestling, and yeah.
Does he want to go first? Does he want to comment first? Or?
Yes, Stuart. What's your views?
I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm loving the fact that as of a month or so's time, there are going to be even more options for watching great wrestling on TV. We've got AEW launching on TNT in America. NXT are going 2 hourly on a channel in America. I don't know which channel they're going on. From a 1 hour show to a 2 hour show. British wrestling is continuing to go from strength to strength, despite the top stars going to WWE. The past weekend, Progress had a massive show at Alexandra Palace. I'm forever positive about wrestling. I never have a negative word to say about it.
Wow.
Mine is that while Brock Lesnar's in the wrestling, he's killing it. I just can't be doing with Brock Lesnar. In fact, I cancelled my subscription to the WWE because he was in it. Yeah. And now at least he's come back and he's going to SmackDown at the moment. But I do think they're trying. I can't wait for the AEW to come to on the telly. I'm really looking forward to that, to give the WWE competition. Yeah. I think competition's healthy for them. The NXT's good, but it's in the same boat with the WWE, which I don't think is any competition. They just need real competition. I know I keep repeating myself, but the WWE is just, I don't know. They've got to wake up and see the fans getting bored with it. I know I was.
They've had it too easy for too long.
Yeah. Now they've got the Fiend in, and I can't believe Braun Strowman hasn't won the world title, Universal Championship.
Madness.
I don't know. I'm positive for it at the moment. I think they're going the right way. Yeah. To be fair, it couldn't go any other way.
No. Main roster WWE hasn't been brilliant for a while. There are moments of greatness, and there are some fantastic performers, but there are also amazing wrestlers who are getting buried and not getting any TV time. People that get brought up from NXT and then absolutely buried, and it's a shame. But you know, if you're going to sign for WWE, you know what you're signing for, don't you? So you've got to imagine they're happy warming the bench.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just, I don't know. It's just they just don't seem to. They have lost a lot. I mean, to lose Dean Ambrose is an absolute joke. I just cannot honestly understand what they've done there. But you know, that's the way it is.
Yeah, he wanted to go. I mean, he's smashing it in Japan now as well. So.
Oh yeah, he is. I've been watching him on YouTube. He's mad, innit? He's as mad as a fish. Yeah. That bloke. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Now, speaking of bombastic storylines and fighting, I think it would be slightly remiss if we didn't just briefly touch on the online trolls who seem to are determined to sort of put some sort of barrier between our channel and yours. I don't want to obviously call out anyone particular or anything like that, but I just, I think it's fair to say, I mean, this podcast hopefully will go some way to sort of putting it to bed, but there's obviously been quite a few people online who have tried to start a war between our two channels, and yeah, it is just ridiculous. And I thought, MJ and Dave probably just, if you want to have your little say on it, or just
first, you go for it, mate. You put them right.
Just like so. I think our channel has probably drawn criticism in the past for being too lenient with trolls. We kept, especially in the early days, we kept a lot of them around, And I think, I think there's different kinds of trolls, to be honest. I think there's people like Mr. Chode is not a troll. He writes amazing comedy, like mixes of satire, and like he takes a mick out of other commenters, but it's all very light-hearted. It's all very fun. But we started when we started banning people when like the racism and the sexism and the whatever it was came out. So we started banning people then. And yeah, just when you sort of grew in popularity, towards the start of that, there was like a specific incident where I think people went on your channel and said that we were slagging you off, and they were like, "Oh yeah."
I got caught up in that. I'm ashamed to say, because I was new to this. I got a little bit.
Oh, I can 100% understand why you would. Like, there's like, why would someone like that lie? Like, why would they have any reason to? Well, because they're fucking mental. That's the answer to that. I think I came on there and I was saying like, well, where? Because we haven't feel free to say where we did it, like which video and what time, and cool. We've never started anything. We've always really appreciated you. And just people like to start shit, and that's understandable because, like I say, people on the internet they become Billy Big Bollocks, and I think they can hide behind anonymity. Outside of the people trying to get us to feud, even this week we had just some fucking stupid people. We had some guy just laying into us, but his YouTube name was his real name. So I went on Facebook, found him, and I messaged his family members with screenshots of the mean comments he was leaving, and had a message back from his sister saying, I'll speak to him. There are ways to deal with trolls beyond the obvious, just banning them. But there's no beef here.
No, I'm fine by it. I mean, I don't particularly watch other YouTubers as such, because I'm not saying I haven't got time to watch you, but my life is quite busy. I suppose yours is you do a job, you're doing this, you're editing, you're putting stuff out, you've got to spend time with your family. There's only so many hours in the day, there's only so many hours you're awake. And the wife's sitting in there now reading the Kindle while I'm doing this. She's calling herself a YouTube widow. And I'm sure you have that as well, kind of thing. But
probably not as light-hearted when my wife says it.
But it's like people try to stir the shit, and I just haven't got time for it. And I always said that if you've got trolls, that means you've made it. And I'd never used to block them or ban them or whatever, but now, as soon as they say the one wrong thing, they've gone. I haven't got time for them, and it's not that I'm scared of them or I think they're going to come after me and they're going to do me van over or something. I just haven't got for them. Can't be bothered with them. I just cannot be bothered with them.
Yeah,
these kids dying out there and stabbings and drugs and stuff. Go and sort that out instead of having a go at me.
Yeah. But I just thought it was worth while I touched on it, because because obviously we haven't interacted beyond comments on each other's videos and stuff like that. There's obviously people that just think that because we're often, we get comments from people saying, "Oh, why don't you collaborate with people?" And your names come up loads of times. "Oh, you need to do a collaboration video with Blue Van Man," blah blah blah. And it's like, we'd love to, but we're letting him settle down, and we obviously started this process of getting you on here, and so we knew we were going to get you on eventually, but. I think because there's not been that before, there's just this imagination running riot that there must be a war between us, and it couldn't be further from the truth. I'll admit, when you first got a little bit of notoriety, there was a bit of jealousy. It wasn't against you. It wasn't anything against you. It might have been a little bit of that, oh no, we've lost our number one thing. But it's a competitive jealousy. It's it gives us something to strive to be. Yeah, it's nothing to do with, we hate Dave because he's got
your channel, haven't you? You put a lot of time and work into it, and then just for some fat bold bloke to come along and take over through a big shout out from True Jordan, it must have, took your pride a little bit. I'm trying to say this without upsetting you, kind of thing. But
no, from my perspective, I'm very much come to terms with it now. Like, it's just just like a change of status quo. Like we weren't the first food reviewers. We were like I don't think there was anyone really as prevalent. Yeah,
big word. I don't want you
prevalent. Let's go with that.
No,
where we like if Essex Animal was around, for example. Yeah, we won't be the last. Yeah, I think that there's room for everyone, and I'm subscribed. If there's UK food reviewers, I'm basically subscribed to them. Like, I'm interested in the scene itself anyway, and too much bloody food out there for one person anyway.
Well, there is, isn't there? I mean, how many things have we actually reviewed that you've reviewed that I've reviewed? I don't think we've done that much.
There's a little overlap, but not much.
No, there isn't. I don't think there's a lot at all, to be fair. I mean, when something big comes out like McDonald's or KFC, you've got to int it because it's a main provider for your channel, isn't it? It's what people want to see. But I'm always looking to do something that's different, like this dragon soup. And I tell you what you lads ought to review, and I know they'll say, oh, Blue Band Man's already done it, but you've got to review Buckfast. You've got to do it, lads.
Buckfast. Is that like
it's a tonic wine? It's a tonic wine. I think it's brewed. Do they make it? They make it down south, don't they? But
you know it. How many you have?
Do you know what? I've never ever had it, and that's speaking as a boozer. I've never had Bucky. Very popular in Scotland. What strength is it? It's
bloody strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I had half a bottle, and I think it's something like 14% or so. It's lovely. Sanatigen do one as well. Sanatigen do a tonic wine.
Right.
You've got to try it, lads. That'd be what?
15%.
Is it actually nice then? Because I always thought it was just tramp fuel.
No. Well, the tramps have got a good taste. I tell you what, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. One bottle each, right? And you've got to sit there and drink it. That would be so entertaining, you lot.
Oh my God, it would kill me.
You would be slagging me off by the end of it.
Yeah,
you've got to do it, lads. You've got to do that. Get 3 bottles or 4 bottles of Buckfast and do it. It'd be brilliant.
All right.
Yeah,
it's on the docket.
Do it. Let's move away. Telling you to review stuff all the while, don't you? I haven't got time. I want to do my own stuff anyway. So
yeah,
it's crazy. And it's something you touched on at the beginning of that. It is funny when MJ reviews something and they come on, they go, "Oh, BVM's already done this," and it's like, but so what? Like, it's all about opinions. Just because someone's done it first doesn't mean
dead right.
Every other opinion thereafter. It's just ridiculous with the amount of pride some of these people have. Anyway, let's move on from all that negativity. Dave, I've just realised I've called you Dave throughout this podcast. I mean, I hope I'm not breaking down fourth walls here, because obviously to a lot of people you are Blue Band. Cool, excellent. We do on this podcast random questions. I've got 10 questions. I want you to give me 3 numbers, and I will ask you the appropriate question. So please, 3 numbers between 1 and 10. All
right, I'll have right. I'm going to do it as my wrestling favourite, Stone Cold. So I'll have 3, 1, and 6. 3, 6.
Oh wow. Stone Cold.
Love it. Love it. Right, number 3 then. We'll do it in that order. Number 3. Marry, fuck, kill. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Say again.
Yeah, get your head around the concept first. So marry, fuck, kill. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So which one would you marry? Which one would you fuck? And which one would you kill?
Right.
I mean, not literally. I'm not asking you to make sweet, sweet love to your pork pies or what.
Do you know who I'd love to marry? Oh, hold on. This is now.
If you are going to fuck a breakfast burrito, let it cool down first, for Christ's sake. Speaking from experience.
I've always fancied Ellen Mirren, right from when I was a teenager.
Right.
So marry.
I'll just cut you off there, Dave, just for a second. I don't need literal women that you would love to fuck or marry. Just the concepts of breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Just those courses, those things. Which let me put it this way: if you could get rid of breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which one would you get rid of?
Breakfast. I never really have it.
Okay. And what's your favourite out of the other 2? Your lunch or dinner? Do you prefer your lunch or do you prefer your dinner?
Dinner, I suppose.
Dinner.
What, your 5 o'clock dinner kind of thing? 6
Yeah.
o'clock?
Your tea, I guess, would probably be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to suggest then that you're going to marry dinner, tea, you're going to fuck lunch, and you're going to kill breakfast.
Right, yeah.
And also Helen Mirren.
Right.
Think
And
of her
also
Helen
Mirren. Number 1. Would you rather eat chocolate-flavoured poo or poo-flavoured chocolate? Dave,
You sure you haven't been drinking up fast?
coming on the podcast.
Well, I'd rather have chocolate. No, what do you say? Poo-flavoured
Chocolate-flavoured poo or poo-flavoured chocolate?
Well, I suppose they both tasted shite, and it wouldn't really matter, would it? As such, you'd be gagging anyway. I'd rather have the chocolate tasted poo.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Controversial. And number 6, if you were a food, what would you be?
A kebab.
Good answer.
I think that question rarely comes up. Lovely, thank you very much, Dave. Right, let's move on then to Quivia.
Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. It's like a cross between some trivia and a quiz and a such. It stands for part of two of those two aforementioned words. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia.
So just to fill you, Dave, and any new listeners in, Quivia is the round where we do just general knowledge quiz about usually whatever subject we are talking about. As tonight's subject is...
On his forehead.
Sorry?
Is that a vibrator on his forehead?
MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh!
sorry. I do weird things on the video to try and put them all off sometimes. Yeah, it's one of those pens. But if I cover that bit,
Massively looks like a vibrator.
And we've also just got a podcast title.
Yep.
that's been in my work pen pot at work
It's been
for
in your
like
what,
10
sorry?
years.
It's been in my work.
What a weird man you are.
Yeah, isn't it? Love it though. So good.
Right, Quivia.
Sorry, Nate.
As tonight, feel free to come up again. As tonight's all about YouTube reviewing, I thought what better than to ask a few questions about YouTube itself. Not food, but YouTube. So we've got 5 general knowledge questions. As per usual, closest wins. So I'm going to start with Dave. Dave, according to Alexa, a web traffic analysis company, where does YouTube rank on the global list of websites for average daily visits and page views over the past month? So where, globally speaking, where is it in the World Wide Web? How popular is it?
Number 5.
That's not a bad call.
So hang on a second, let me do this. Dave, Stuart, MJ. So you've gone for number 5. Stuart?
3. Facebook, Google, YouTube. Or Google, YouTube, Facebook. Stop shaking your stupid little head, Michael.
Michael Jameson.
Number 2 behind Google.
Okay, question 2. Stuart on this one to start.
Thank you.
The very first video uploaded to YouTube was Me at the Zoo on the 23rd of April 2005 by Jawed, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Jawed Karim, the founder of YouTube. To date, how many views has this video received? I'll give you a clue. It's in the millions.
Oh, I was going right. Okay, 37 million.
37 million.
All of them in a row.
88. Yeah, 53 million.
53 million. And Dave?
120 million.
120 mils. Okie dokie. Question 3. Starting with MJ on this one. T-Series is now the number 1 channel in the world with 111 million subscribers. How many total views do they have on all of their videos?
How many videos have they got?
Great question. 13,000, roughly speaking.
You've made that up. Okay. Sorry, they got 110 million subscribers.
111.
111. I don't actually know who they are, so let's say they upload 3 videos a week.
Never heard of them.
I'm guessing they're pulling in at least 20 million views, so 20 times 3, 60 million a week, times 52 is something like...
Sort of want an answer.
So 100 trillion, 1 billion a year. So, fuck it. Let's say 8 billion. Let's say 80 billion.
80 billion. Okie dokie. Dave.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought it was going to be a nice leisurely chat.
Oh, it will be after this. Don't worry.
I'd say 350 billion. I don't know. I've never even heard of them.
No, I've not.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I can tell you about them. I've heard about them for months because I've got my finger on the pulse. Stuart.
I'm going to say 500 billion.
Can you say it like Dr. Evil?
No.
$500 billion.
Question 4. We're back to Dave to start on this one. How many hours of video is uploaded every minute to YouTube?
Jesus. Yeah.
God. How many hours are loaded up every minute?
Yeah.
1.5 million. I ain't got a clue.
Stuart?
Something ridiculous like 96 hours.
96 hours.
4 days every minute. That sounds silly.
And Michael Jameson.
I'm sure I heard the statistic, like within the last week or so, of how much is uploaded. I think it was per second. I think it's 4 hours per second. So what did you say? What's the question?
How many hours of video is uploaded every minute?
So that sounds too low. 240 hours.
240 hours.
Okie
dokie.
A minute, yeah? 240 hours a minute.
240 hours a minute. Yep. And the final question.
That's not even enough. Fucking hell.
Finally, in the day of mobile phones, what percentage of visits to YouTube are through mobile phones? I think this is when I say mobile. I think actually it's probably mobile phones and tablets. I think it's all mobile devices. So we're starting on Stuart on this one. What percentage?
75%.
75%. MJ?
78%.
And Dave?
50%.
50%.
You'd think I should know this. Being my job is also within analysis marketing, or that's a portion of my actual job.
Probably send this podcast to your work if you get it wrong.
I could tell you how many people visit my work's website through mobile, but I'm not going to.
What website's that?
Moving on.
Penisland.com.
Right, here we go with the answers. Number 1, according to Alexa, a web traffic analysis company, where does YouTube rank on the global list of websites for average daily visits and page views over the past month? It is second. Top is Google, which MJ knew because he works in analysis. Facebook is 7th.
Really?
Yeah, Granddad. Facebook's dead, mate.
Wikipedia.
It's just old on Facebook now.
Wikipedia is 10th. And there is a secret sneaky, because we like to change quizzes up in this world. There's a secret sneaky bonus point if any of you can name any one of the other top 10.
Pornhub.
Alibaba.
Pornhub, brilliant. Correct. MJ?
eBay.
Alibaba.
Alibaba, and I can tell you that you are all incorrect. I couldn't even suggest Tmail, Baidu, QQ, Sohu, Taobao, login.tmail.com, and that's it.
Yeah, Baidu's owned by Alibaba, so.
That's not what I got down here.
Sort of. I made it up anyway. So.
Look as it is. Anyway, MJ got the point on that one. Number 2. The very first video, Me at the Zoo, was uploaded in April 2005. To date, it has 75 million views. MJ again gets the point in that one. In the 19-second video, Jawed goes on to explain that the cool thing about elephants is that they have really long trunks.
Oh, good. I didn't know.
9 seconds.
Sorry?
How long was the video?
19 seconds, one night. It's literally, he stood there in front of the elephant enclosure and he goes, "Hi, I'm here, I'm at the zoo, I'm just by these elephants, and the thing I find really cool about elephants is they've got long trunks." And that is almost exactly word for word the video. It's weird.
13 years ago, and I bet his video took quicker to upload than mine doing mine.
T-Series, as we all know, is the Indian channel, which has lots of Bollywood songs and movie clips on. And I believe the reason it is number one is, certainly at first, I don't know if it still is this, but I believe with all Indian mobile data packages for a period, you were automatically, and I don't believe you could unsubscribe from the channel. So it was literally you couldn't, as soon as you went on YouTube, you were automatically subscribed to the channel. I don't know if that's still the case. Anyway, that's what I know about T-Series, but what you need to know is that across their approximately 13,000 videos, which is a correct stat, and that wasn't something I made up, they have 83 billion views. So MJ again gets the point there, being a mere 3 billion off.
I was 3 billion off.
Correct, yeah.
Sorry, do I get like fucking 1 million bonus points for absolutely smashing this?
For not getting it correct?
Well, yeah, I guess I was 3 billion out, but
Exactly, it's quite a big swing, really. Yeah. With approximately 13,000 views, that works out at a measly 6.3 million views per video.
nothing.
Yeah, on average. Question 4: how many hours of video is uploaded every month? 400 hours, or the equivalent of one Michael Jameson complaint to Pizza Hut. So MJ again gets the point there. Four.
God. I don't think Stuart's ever got all of them right.
Can he make it 5 for 5 with the fifth question being in data analytics? The answer is he can't, unfortunately. The answer is 70%, and that one goes to Stuart. So Stuart gets one. He gets the important one, I think.
Hold on.
Unfortunately, nothing for Dave, but...
well, never mind, eh?
But I still fucking won, Stuart, in your face.
Good, well done.
You hate it, Stuart. You hate losing, Stuart.
Congratulations for winning the guessing game, Michael.
Oh, it's not a quiz, is it? Knowledge. Pathetic.
It's not a quiz, is it? Knowledge. Good misquoting there, Michael.
Yeah, didn't say it for you.
Yeah.
Can you spare some change? Sorry,
We got it, Mr. Feed.
Nate here. If you're like me and have a dangerous amount of disposable income that you can't be trusted with, why not head on over to patreon.com and give some of it to your favourite food review channel and podcast provider. And while you're there, why not give us some money? Way! Nah, but seriously, patreon.com/Food Review UK. Help us get Gossy some new glasses or something. He looks ridiculous.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to the subject itself. We've got all the joviality out of the way. Let's talk about food reviewing and the YouTube world and what we love and what we don't love and similarly. My view is I think this should be mainly Dave and mainly MJ taking part in this because they are the two lead content providers on here. I'm happy to chip in. Stuart's going to happy to chip in. But you guys, tell me, what is it that you love about the YouTubes? What is it that inspired you? We've talked already here about what products it was that got you involved, but what got you onto YouTube, and also what's kept you on it for the period that you have? I'm going to start with Dave on this because obviously he's our guest and everything. So you obviously is about the product, but yeah, what made you want to start recording videos and still does?
I just enjoy it, and I think because. I don't know. I've always been like the class clown, and I've always tried to make people laugh. And I don't know, but I like to bring a bit of humour into what I do. I'm a lot of this is rehearsed. What I do when I sit there in my van and I notice a Mini going by or an old Escort. I love watching. What's
her name?
I love listening to the cricket, and the commentators used to explain everything that was going on, even between each ball and stuff. And I've always fancied doing that kind of thing, and I think that's where it comes from. I just like to entertain. I don't, I mean, some people even say like they don't care about my food reviews; they just like me because I'm entertaining. So yeah. I think that's what it is. I can entertain and earn a little bit of money from it.
Yeah. Did you have a channel prior to this? I know you've got the other one, Blue Van Man 2.0. Is that right?
Yeah. I've not posted it. What I did on there, I just like went through the newspaper. I started off, I did the Sun, like, because it's not easy to do, and then the amount of abuse I got because I did the Sun. Both the Sun. It's just that it's a quick, easy read. It's what most people at work read, so I had to sack that and get the Star. But all I did was just read out what I thought people might want to hear. So, and do a bit of wrestling on there as well. But I don't know. I might bring it back. I don't know. It's a bit hard to get everything in, isn't it, kind of thing?
Yeah.
What about you, MJ? Obviously, you've got about 35 channels.
That's right. Yeah.
What is it you love about YouTube, and why are you doing it?
So I've always been interested in making videos. I think my dad filmed a lot of stuff when I was younger. I don't know if that's what inspired me, but to be honest, his stuff was sort of, I can't remember the name of the place, but going around that flower gardens thing and picking up
gardens?
The flower, maybe. You pick up the flower petals and put it on the stick and it's like a game or something. I don't bloody know. Anyway, and then when the friendship with Mike developed, Smitty, we had a video camera. Well, sorry, his family had a video camera, and we filmed like some stupid videos on that. Some of which are actually on YouTube now. Loved doing that. And then when I first became aware of YouTube, which was I think 2008. I think is when I first ever uploaded to YouTube. It might have been it was definitely 2007 actually, or it might have even been 2007. It really isn't important.
Really isn't important,
isn't it? Oh, getting bogged down with awful details. No, it was just a way to express myself. I always have just liked videos. You get to see the emotion. You can not only get to hear the emotion of people, you get to see their faces, and it's a great way to express yourself. It's a great way to get over a lot of information in a short amount of time, both visual and audio, and you can have a lot of fun with it. They're completely varied. I think that YouTube itself is just an incredible platform. It is free. Anyone with a camera can use it to do whatever they want, and you can do incredibly clever stuff, incredibly interesting stuff, incredibly funny stuff. And it is, for me, it's the first thing that I go to in terms of consuming content, like in the evening. Like I will watch some of my favourite channels include like Gus Johnson, so comedy, because there's a lot of comedians on YouTube doing short form stuff. I like watching news about theme parks, obviously love food reviews. So it literally ticks off all of your different interests, and not only that, but you get to learn about new and different personalities, and there, of course, any person that is on YouTube is basically a creative individual. They're engaging somehow, and it's just an absolutely amazing way to communicate with people, and you don't need anything to be able to do it. It's unbelievable. But if you do have like incredible experience with like special effects and whatnot, you've got people now like reshooting the battle scene from like Star Wars, Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, and doing a version of that which is like amazing, and it's made by one guy in their like basement or whatever. Like, it's insane. Love it.
Slightly worried if YouTube was to crash. I'm slightly worried for what MJ would do with his life, to be honest, after that impassioned speech. Sorry, Dave, I trampled over you. What were you going to say?
That's right, mate. I was just saying, have you guys stopped watching television as such? Because I know that me and the wife, we are, unless it's like Peaky Blinders or something that we want to watch, we hardly put the TV on now. It's everything we watch is just YouTube.
Oh, really?
We do still watch streaming, so we watch a hell of a lot of streaming. But even
that's not TV, that's not like your Coronation Street or your Emmerdale or who
pretty much. I genuinely think the only program like that's on terrestrial that we watch is probably like Bake Off. We will eventually watch Peaky Blinders, but yeah, like it's so limited now. I know there's a few like Last Week Tonight and whatnot, but in terms of how I consume them, it is through the streaming services anyway. Just because live TV, like I genuinely think that like most people have moved on from like, oh, it's on at 8 or whatever. No, it's on when I say it's on, but at some point after 8.
I totally agree. Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, spot on there.
Stuart, you're obviously don't really have. Well, you actually you got Toy Review UK. How have you? What's your been experiences with that?
Just really frustrating because so much. Bit like what Dave said, that with the success of his channel, so much of it is just good luck. I mean, obviously you put good content out, but whether or not that content gets found comes down to a stroke of luck. I mean, I started the channel with my son, maybe probably four years ago, before YouTube went through all its major changes, and I watched some of because obviously toy reviewing on YouTube is another big market, and I've seen channels. Ryan's Toy Review is 10 million subscribers. Like, they've got toys out that are branded with that, and it started about the same time. I don't think the content that they put out is actually as good as the content that I put out. They put out a lot more. I think a lot of these channels just flood, and they put out multiple videos a day, and because particularly for kids YouTube, you subscribe. It's not really subscribers, it's about getting them watching your videos, because then more videos come up on suggested, because the kids are watching them. They're watching them on the YouTube app on Virgin, or they're watching it on the tablet, and they're just clicking on suggested videos and watching whatever comes up next. So they flood the market. So I found, I still put things out. I still enjoy creating it, but it's a little bit disheartening when you kind of you do feel like you're just throwing your content out there and it's not getting seen. I mean, even our subscribers go up very slowly. But I get less views on a video now than when I had 200 subscribers, and we've got 570 or something now, and we get less videos than when we had less views than when we had 200. So it's just a bit demoralising. But I do it because I enjoy making the videos, and it's something that me and my son do together.
How does he ever ask to do them, or is it more sort of geared around you? Yeah.
No, he particularly now that he's older, he loves telling people he's a YouTuber. Because when you're 8, and I mean, loads of 8-year-olds are probably going to go, oh yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. But when Theo says I've got a YouTube channel, and his mates at school go on it, what they're faced with is a reasonably professional-looking YouTube channel with professional sound and intros and graphics and well-edited videos, rather than just like where one of his mates at school will have nicked the mum's phone, switched it to selfie mode, and babbled into the camera
on a
and stuck it on
skateboard or
YouTube.
something.
But yeah, no, he does. He likes making the videos. He wants to do more of it. So we've made a little plan, and we're going to put out a new style of content.
Ooh.
Because obviously,
sweary.
Yeah, more sweary. Yeah. No, obviously, Theo, like myself, is a big wrestling fan. A lot of the content we've put out recently has been kind of wrestling based, wrestling toys and other wrestling kind of stuff, wrestling reactions, and I think we're going to go more towards that kind of thing. And we've got an idea for a new series of videos that we've started filming, which is kind of wrestling based. So that's coming up.
Correct.
Sort of just touch. I was going to talk about it a little bit later, but sort of touch kind of on something Stuart's raised there. How do you guys feel about Content versus views. So Dave mentioned earlier about the fact that the McDonald's product comes out. You're obviously going to review it because you know it's a big opportunity for your channel to draw people in, because people want to see what the new burger tastes like and things like that. But how do you feel about making something that you're proud of versus doing something because you know it's essentially going to be advertising, I guess, or you're doing it more. You're doing it more for a duty to your channel rather than sort of like, because obviously MJ, I know with you the amount of work you put into some of the videos, and you sort of go and do high concept openings and things like that because you want to create something a little bit more out of the ordinary. I don't know if that's something that, Dave, you ever bear in mind when you're doing your videos, whether you sort of go into it thinking, right, I'm going to do something a little bit different with this, or or do you just go, right, I'm going to try this product and bang and just be yourself? Or
I try to be different. I don't like I said, I'll do the KFC, McDonald's, Burger King. I'll do them because they're the bread and butter. I mean, I used to work nights, and I don't know if you know, but I've come off the nights and I'm now on the day shift because I can make money at YouTube, and I can take the hit off the wage at work and make it up on YouTube. So I'm just like on normal days now. But I don't particularly plan everything. One of my proudest videos, I don't know if you've seen it, is me 35k in debt.
Not seen it yet.
I've seen it pop up, but I didn't watch it. No.
Yeah, I was £35,000 in debt, and anyway, I got out of it. I've paid everything off. I'm no longer in debt, and it's a great feeling. And it's had 75,000 hits at the moment, and the amount of people that have come up and sent me emails and messages thanking me for, oh, you're just a normal guy. I'm in the same situation. Thank you for giving me this number and all that kind of thing. So I don't plan anything as such. I just do things on the spare of a moment. I don't, I've got to go and see my uncle tomorrow, Uncle Steve. I've got a few things. That's about the only things I plan. Everything else is like, I'll just do that. So,
yeah. How does on that basis, does Uncle Steve love being in the channel? On the channel?
Oh, he loves it. I tell you what, if he weren't blind and all that goes on with him, he'd be a right bastard. I tell you, his wicked sense of humour and everything. He's been blind all his life, and it must be how our family goes about things. But we always take the piss out of ourselves, and he does that, and that's a credit to him. So yeah, he loves it. He loves YouTubing.
Yeah, I was flicking through one of the videos you had with him recently. It was the it was a while ago. It was the orange dime bar review, and you turned to him and you said, "So, how do you like do you like home bargains then, Uncle Steve?" And he went, "Well, I can't see anything." And great sense of humour. Great.
And it's brilliant because people think you can't say that. Well, yes, he can say it, but see, he's blind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Shove your PC up your arse, that kind of thing.
Sideways is probably most painful.
Yeah, that's it.
MJ, content versus views.
I would say.
What's more important to you, creating something that you're proud of, or getting more views?
It's a balance. I would say that my general emotion when I upload videos and see how many views they get, I'd say 98% of the time absolutely heartbroken and devastated. So not too bad. Like you got your ones that are guaranteed going to do well. Even those you can't really fucking count on these days, though. To be honest, things like your KFCs and your McDonald's are always going to do well. Apparently, Pizza Hut complaints are always going to do well. So I'm going to do an update to that soon. It's a shame. I was really happy with the potato wedges video actually, because not only it did all right on views actually. Got over. I think it's had over 1,500, which is pretty decent these days, for us anyway. But not only that, one person said they've already tried it and they were amazing. So that felt really rewarding. I've got a few calls. So I filmed the almond parma recently. So that is going up on Friday the 4th of October. So for anyone who doesn't know what that is, there's a show on Netflix called Big Mouth. It is fucking hilarious. It is a cartoon, very, very sort of gross out comedy. And in it, one of the characters has what they call an almond parma, which is 50% lukewarm lemonade and 50% lukewarm almond milk. I thought that sounded fucking hilarious. So I made that, and that's going to go up on the day that Big Mouth Season 3 comes out on Netflix, and it will do absolutely fuck all. It will probably get 200 views. A bit of forethought and planning and a bit of extra effort. Nah, I won't do fucking anything. But no, it's cool. I mean, especially speaking to... so food with FRUK is a labour of love, but I obviously love doing it, but also I'm incredibly interested in food, and I've always been incredibly interested in just branded foods, new snacks, new everything in that realm. So I don't even know what my point is really, but yeah, that's cool. I always keep ticking away at that, and obviously it has had some relative success. Things like my other channels, I guess my vlog channel is because I want to document my life. I sort of wish that was more successful. I think my comedy channel, I've come to terms with the fact that will never be popular, and that's more.
We can all unsubscribe, guys.
That's more of just a scratching my creative itch channel now. And
for the record, I can't remember who it is who's constantly asking for it. Dickhead's Den will never, ever return.
Brilliant show.
Food Review UK on Twitter at Food Review UK, Facebook also at Food Review UK, and on Instagram at FRUKgram. Check it out.
And what was the last thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, no, this is probably the most relevant stick in this bit. I do want to mention it. Very, very fucking upsetting this year. With channel, I don't explicitly remember if we said this before, but Channel 5 contacted me at the end of last year and said we're doing a documentary about Coca-Cola. We want you to be on it. I was like, this is amazing. Fuck, incredible. So they gave me a very, very specific and quite a long list of brand new content to film, send off to them. They sent us ingredients for creating like the original Coke. Some of them expensive ingredients, so they had already put money into it. They did a full risk assessment. They literally got someone in a lab, a scientist in a lab, to independently verify that what they were asking us to do was safe. So when they sent through the details, they sent through like a risk assessment report, and they asked us to film basically what turned out to be over an hour's worth of content. So I was like, going through this many hoops, I was like, oh, this is happening. Like, this is amazing. And then basically, pretty much at the last minute, they said, yeah, no, we're not going to put you in it anymore. So that was fucking annoying. Then a few weeks later, Channel 5 emailed and said, oh, we're doing a documentary on Cadbury. We want to feature your video. Is that okay? I was like, oh, that'd be amazing. Like, the whole Coke thing didn't work out, so yeah, I'd love to. And this time it was just them using my content that was already up. So I was like, yeah, cool. Like, I haven't got to do anything, so cool. But of course, that never came to fruition either. And then most recently, a Facebook page called It's Gone Viral, with 4 million followers, 4 million likes, contacted me and said they wanted to post one of my comedy videos on their page. Bearing in mind their videos get between like 50,000 to like 500,000 views. I was like, oh my God, that is just fucking bananas incredible. I was so proud and so happy that one of my actual comedy videos was being chosen, and then the guy never messaged me back and never did it. So yeah, it's kind of been total fucking bullshit on the whole content versus views things. So I just wanted to get off my chest.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ!
But no, I just feel like
no. I think you've talked enough.
People just promising shit this year, and it's when you're already basically feeling heartbroken from not feeling that your videos have had enough views anyway, when you get these little glimmers of hope and then they dash them, people just need to have a bit more, like, they need to think a bit more that, oh, actually this means a lot to these people, like we probably shouldn't string them along. Pricks.
I had, going back a couple of years, I had a couple of times I was contacted by documentary makers who were interested in putting Theo on the TV, I spent, I didn't do it, I didn't make anything for them, but I had long phone calls. I remember spending an hour on the phone to someone in the production team for, I think it was for Channel 4. They were making something about kid YouTubers, really keen to use me and Theo, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Great, nice one.
I'll tell you what, PR companies are 99% of PR companies are just fucking twats as well. Like, as soon as you could put so much effort into a video and like post about it and not promote their product, because all of our anything where we've been sent it are 100% honest. And that's another thing that pisses me off, actually, when people say, oh, you're not honest or you're biased. No, I've literally burned bridges with PR. So Mars Corporation, I've literally burned bridges with them. Like, don't have your cake and eat it. We burn bridges in the past with PR companies because they're chat fucking bollocks. And
hey, Google,
say they're biased. Like,
how do you mute someone's microphone?
Go on. Sorry, carry on.
According to Zapier, right-click on the speaker icon in your system tray and select recording devices.
Brilliant.
Select your mic.
All right, that's enough.
Good bit.
No, go on, MJ.
You know that thing that's been on BBC One in some mornings? I think Lad Baby was on it, where they review stuff and a new idea. I had a phone call about that, and in the end, they were going on. I just, fuck off. I just knew nothing was going to come on it. He's like, oh, yeah, we're really interested. Seeing your videos. We're a big... No, you're not a big fan. Fuck off. You're making out you're a big fan, but you're not. You don't know nothing about me.
Yeah.
Take your shit program and fuck off. That's how it works.
That's what I should say in the future.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I think if you probably come out with that, they might think, oh, well, we might have you then. But...
Yeah.
Show a bit of spine. Do you obviously, since you've blown up, do you get a lot of let's call them marketing calls or marketing contacts, or I imagine you've got more than you did like prior to it, but are you just getting a lot of stuff that you just are turning down / no interest in?
I'm not being big-headed here, lads, and please don't think I've actually got an agent who sorts that out. There's Elliot Hackney, he's True Geordie's mate, and he's sorts everything out for me. He guides me what I need to do and that. So because if anybody emails me, I'd just do everything. I just try to help everybody out, but I think it's taking advantage of you. So I don't,
Fair play, yeah. Because we obviously get a few, just on products as well. Obviously, we get a lot of comments, a lot of emails and messages, asking if we want to review stuff. But I would imagine sort of this year for you that's just gone through the roof. I would imagine there's a lot of PR companies and whatnot that want to get you involved.
You get a lot of companies that just seem to want to get you to do something for free advertising for them, isn't it? It's that kind of thing, and you think, well, hold on, thank you for the offer, but you're going to make money out of me, so I'll make money out of you, kind of thing. It's
Yeah. Nothing's free, is it, MJ? We know that. There's no such thing as a free review, MJ.
Absolutely not.
The amount of content you're in. So, aside from the actual reviewing itself and YouTube, obviously, in our own ways, there's been other things aside from that. What's the favourite experiences that you've had that's come off the back of your channels? I mean, obviously, Dave, stuff like the True Geordie, the kickoff and things like that. What aside from that, what's your favourite thing that's happened just as a result of you being on there?
We went on holiday to Framlingham this year, and me and the wife walked up to the castle to see how much it were. I was going to take the kid, As we were walking back to the van, I heard this, oi, 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 and I looked over and there was some kid in an ice cream kiosk, and he's going, "Are you Blue Van Man?" And I went, "Yeah." He's going, "Oh, I fucking love you." He come out, he was shaking, had to have his photo took with me and everything. And like, this is like, I don't know, 250 mile away from where I live. And it was absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, it brought a little bit of pleasure to the lads. Anyway, I went back the next day and he calmed down and I bought him a can of Coke. My man bought you a drink or something like that. It's, yeah, I get recognised, which is really good. I love it. I don't, anybody says hello, anybody wants a photo with me, I'll do it every time. So.
Does that feel surreal? I mean, in such a short period of time, because like I don't know, did you get that before? Did you get recognised before the True Geordie thing, or is it just since then?
I had a couple. Walking around Tesco's, but no, nothing on this scale. Now it's I was even in Morrison's the other day, and I was standing there at the queue, and two lads behind me, and "Are you Blue Van Man?" Yeah. "Oh, love your videos and stuff," and shaking my hand and all that. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Just meeting people is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it comes back to what you were saying at the beginning about, wanting to being a class clown and wanting to provide entertainment. I think that's a good feeling because there's enough hate and shit in this world, and it's nice if you can give back. MJ, what about you? What's off the back of Food Review UK and anything else? What have you loved? What's it given to you that you love most?
So similarly to Dave, getting recognised is the fucking best feeling in the world. It is literally because obviously you're not like an A-lister celebrity or something. But
hang on, what letter list celebrity would you consider yourself to be, Michael?
Me, so let's see, AAA, A, B, C,
you're putting higher categories in order to raise your own letters.
No,
AAA, A, B, B.
No, like you never really hear people talk. You do hear people talk about Z-list celebrities,
yeah,
but you don't hear them talk about C through Y. So realistically, if a Z-list celebrity is really actually a C. Like probably D, E, but that's the thing. Like if you get recognised, that is literally the definition of a celebrity. That is literally the definition. So we are celebrities, fact. Not very fucking famous one, especially in our case. But no, that feeling is just amazing. It's only happened a handful of times to me. But it just feels amazing. I
think it's because like someone like Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, proper A-list celebrities, you don't have to be a fan of them to know who they are. But I think in our respective fields and everything, that if someone knows you, it actively means that person's gone out of their way to watch you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not. I might see a celebrity that I don't actually. I saw Alan Carr walking down the street the other day, and I'm not really a fan of Alan Carr, but even I was a bit like, oh my God, it's Alan Carr. It's somebody who's incredibly famous in the UK comedy scene. Oh my God, not Jimmy Carr that Stuart thought it was. But, I would probably, in theory, like in reality, I would probably want, I don't know, a photo with Alan Carr or something like that, just because it is a status symbol. But I think with us, because our respective channels are still niche enough, even Dave's, which is obviously quite big now, but even Dave, it means if they recognise you, that means somebody actually enjoys your work.
Yeah.
Really, because if they're a troll and they've just stumbled upon your channel and they hate you and they type some stupid thing, they probably don't remember you from Adam the next day. Do you know what I mean? But it actually means it's somebody that really actively enjoys your work. I think that's probably why you like it that much.
And then sometimes you have those unique situations where a troll recognises you. Anyway, I won't talk too much about that.
Really? You had somebody like that? Have you had a hater recognise you then?
I'll talk to you about it when we're off air. And the getting offered things is quite cool. No, getting offered things is amazing, and that feels quite cool and quite can feel quite special. We're in the position now that I think a lot of companies recognise Instagram as Instagram is an amazing platform, and it's very instant. And I think that too many companies value Instagram too heavily. But because we've grown bigger on Instagram, it's like trebled the amount of stuff that we get offered. So we're having to turn down probably at least half of what we get offered these days. But that's still cool, and you feel quite privileged to get, especially when they're like bigger brands. But I guess the two, unless I'm forgetting things, there's two things that definitely stick out in my mind. First of all, being invited to McDonald's headquarters. That was the first really big thing on the channel, and it was such an event. They were so nice. They like embraced the humour and the style of our channel, and it was just like there was like newspapers there and stuff, wasn't there? And just like
also good to meet Burger Lad.
Yeah, exactly. Which now that is a feud that they are taking seriously. Burger Lad, like, it was a bit of fun. Some of my mates were like saying, "Oh, the Burger Wars, FRUK versus Burger Lad," and I thought it was quite funny, all that like they were photoshopping images and whatnot. But I don't even know why, but they sort of started unfollowing us all and blocked us all, didn't they? Don't know why.
Weird.
Anyway, but the other good thing was the launching the Papa John's deep crust at Papa John's HQ. That got to meet Reeve, someone that I didn't really know, and to be honest, but let's just be honest, his content isn't very good. But he had like, no, fuck it. He's just one of those channels that just appeals to. Anyway, but there was also Beard Meets Food, who was amazing. I still am a subscriber of his, but I already knew who he was. I was already a subscriber of his, and at the time, I think he had 250,000 subscribers. So I think he's on like 500,000 now. But got to spend the day with them and launched the pizza on the live stream. Like that felt fucking amazing, because that was a proper setup. They had live cameras, like, and they were referring to us as like food reviewing experts. That was and it was an amazing product as well. Like that was amazing. So yeah, those few little instances where we've managed to be involved in something special have been like, their own reward, I guess.
Good stuff. A little bit of a tangent. I don't think I included this on the schedule, but out of interest, obviously, Dave's very humble by saying he's not the number one food review channel, and that he does everything. If you were to have a channel, you would set up a new channel tomorrow. What would its subject be? What would you want to be reviewing or talking about on there?
I'd love to do current affairs and stuff. I don't know. I'd like current affairs. I'd just do that kind of thing if possible, and get these sides battling, left wing, right wing, your centre ground. I'd love to try and wind a few of them up and get them going. That's probably what I'd love to do. Yeah.
You want to be? You're a Jeremy Paxman kind of guy.
Yeah. So I like to look at. I'll argue I'm right, even if I know I'm wrong, just to wind the opposition up. Just, you know what I mean? I just like winding people up. So I'd love to do that. And I think like Paxman, and who's the other bloke who used to do, well, Andrew Marr, mind you, I don't know about him. He's not that good as such, but I just like to wind people up and try and get them arguing. That'd be good. So yeah, some kind of current politics program.
Interesting. MJ, you've probably covered everything in the world, to be honest, in your various channels. Is there anything?
Yeah, I've got a channel for pretty much everything. Confession time. So every so often, mate, I've got so many ideas, and to be honest, my brain can't even cope with the stuff that's already in there at the moment. To be honest, I just forget things. These days I forget things absolutely fucking instantly after thinking of them. So every so often, I was just trying to find if I had written it down, but I haven't. Every couple of weeks or every couple of months, I will have the idea of setting up a YouTube channel. Not saying it's me, not putting any indication that I'm linked to it in any way, and just with the knowledge and skill that I've got now, hitting the ground running and doing it really good quality and seeing if that would change anything. I'm sure I had an idea a couple of weeks ago that was like, it was a simple concept. It was something like, I can't fucking remember. It was probably a shit idea. But I suppose if I had all the time in the world, you know this and you'll start laughing, so it's fine. I did some design work.
No.
About a year ago or so, I did some design work for. Basically, I watched this channel called the Marble Olympics, which was like marbles like racing each other down like marble courses and whatnot. And the person who created the channel like commentated on it as if it was the Olympics and there's different teams of marbles. And I basically wanted to do a channel like that, but like the extreme sports version. So like different teams with like zany names. I'd fucking love to do that, but it takes so much work.
You get semi-depressed when you eat a pizza and it gets 500 views. I can only imagine if you went to the extent of filming all of these marble tricks, setting them up, filming them, editing them, doing a voiceover, doing the music, doing all of the extra work, and it got 100 views. I can only imagine how annoyed you'd be.
Oh, I wouldn't be annoyed. I'd be dead because I killed myself.
Fair enough.
Like that's probably why I haven't done it. Like, yeah, it would just be the nail in the coffin, wouldn't it?
Yeah. long time ago, Dave. You have no idea. What about you, Stuart? You're big into music. Ever thought of a music channel? MTV?
Yeah, good idea, innit? I put bits of music out on my channel. I thought about if I at one point I tried to take my channel a bit more seriously, and I started doing music gear reviews. So I started reviewing. It was when I was buying a lot of new guitar gear. So I started reviewing bits and bobs of that, but I ended up taking it down. There's so much really good quality content in that part of the music world, in that part of YouTube, that really it was just throwing unnecessary stuff out there. I didn't feel like I could do that as well as the stuff that I was watching, and if I can't do it as well as that, I'm never going to do it. It's like every now and again I keep thinking to myself, at some point in my life I should try and get up on a stage and do some stand-up, like one stand-up show, but I don't think I ever will, because I don't think I could ever do it as well as the people who I like. And it's the same with kind of with the kind of YouTube music thing. Yeah.
Interesting. You never know.
So instead, I'm going to start doing marbles.
Oh, do it, mate, please.
Good
Someone's
joke.
got to do it. Someone's got to use my designs.
Absolutely.
I might tweet a couple of the designs or something. Instagram a couple of the designs or something. Not their food, but
I will just throw my 2 pennies in and tip my hat to Dave, MJ, Stuart, and anyone out there who has their own YouTube channel or produces any work of art, creativity, whatever you want to call it, on their own, because as MJ knows, and Stuart and other people out there, that I have tried to do my own YouTube channel. Now, did I give it a full crack? Maybe not, but I tried. I've got a couple of videos out there. I just don't feel comfortable doing that one-on-one style gonzo video where I'm talking to the camera and do it. It's fine with a food review because I feel like I'm interacting with something I try. It's literally, oh, I like the taste of this. That's easy. I've got used to doing that. But when I was trying to do like TV reviews and talk about something that I've been watching, and I just found it hard. So my hat is off to anybody out there who is trying to do something creative, because it depends on how you feel about the views and things like that. But if you're doing it because you love doing it, then fair play to you. And I think it's a worthy cause to be creative in this world, like I said earlier. Trying to provide entertainment, so fair play. Before we move on, I just wanted to ask, does anyone have any channels that they'd like to shout out? Not of their own, of someone else. Let's pay it forward somewhat. Does anyone have a YouTube channel, someone that you think maybe should be doing better than they do, and you'd like to give them a helping hand?
Project One Life is an amazing channel. He is it's not a small channel by any means, but it's considering the stuff out there that has got millions of subscribers. I do believe this guy deserves millions of subscribers. His videos are very different, very fun. and they put a smile on your face. He's the guy. I think it's like he has had a few viral videos. So he's the guy that did the videos that are like 100 people of dance, where he filmed like around the world in some of them, like people doing the same dance, his dance routine, this really kooky dance routine, and it's done by loads of different people. He is. So his videos are guaranteed to put a smile on your face. He's amazing, and he is so undersubscribed.
Cool. What would you classify him as then? Comedy or?
Yeah, it probably slants slightly towards comedy, but general / comedy. They're scripted videos sort of thing. So even if if he sometimes maybe does like a vlog sort of style one, they're very stylized and short as well. They're not long videos. And the vlog will have a specific purpose, such as like hitting up amazing. I think one of his videos was hitting up like 5 amazing food places in Chicago. Short video, but yeah, it's just amazing.
Mm. What about you, Dave? Is anyone that you're aware of that you want to give a little shout out on here?
Me and the wife, we follow a couple of blokes in America. One's called Bobblehead Homestead. I know but the thing is, it's quite. His name's Jeff, and he's got Parkinson's. So what he's done is he's got out of the rat race in some big town or city in America, and he's bought a tiny house, a caravan thing on a piece of land in Arkansas, and he's got rid of the one that he bought. He's put his own one on, and he's getting it all modified for when he can't walk and he's in a wheelchair and all that kind of thing. And he just films his life, and it's really touching to see, him coming to terms with him having Parkinson's, and he's getting ready for when the illness really kicks in. And then there's another lad called Dutch Creek Cabin. And he also lives in a little cabin kind of caravan thing. And his name's Drew. And he just goes about in this old 1961 Chevy. And he's got a Corvette as well and a dog. And it's just interesting to see how they live their life out there in America in sticks, like some hillbillies with mullets. So they're the ones that we watch mainly. But obviously you've got other ones, but there's too many to mention. But those are the main ones we like. So.
And yeah, Stuart, anyone?
They're not people like that need a shout out. YouTube channel that I enjoy is a guy called Davey504. He's a bass player. He's a musician, but his channel's really memey, just silly stuff, but incredible musician. A Scottish lad called KMac2021, who again is an incredible musician, but he tends to put out kind of musical comedy videos. And I've been watching a lot of these two guys. They're called Lost in Vegas. These two American guys, and they just sit in front of a green screen and react to songs. But their understanding and passion about music is really, really contagious. Like I think they're a couple of hip hop heads really, but they listen to a lot of quite extreme metal and stuff, and the reactions are good because they tend to like everything they hear, or they find an appreciation for everything they hear, and it's quite engaging to watch quite a bit of that. Yeah,
good stuff.
I could literally talk forever about channels to recommend though.
Cool, we're not going to. The two that I am going to, I'm just going to mention a couple.
Oh, you get 2, do you, mate?
Well, yeah. All right, you can have one. You can have one more after me.
No, I can't choose.
Okay, fine. Going to shout out actually one that MJ threw our way a while back. Dazza Does It Fry. I don't watch all of the videos, but it's quite an interesting little concept for food. In that he's a Scottish fella, and he basically his whole channel is whether you can deep fry certain foods and eat them still. It's quite entertaining, it's quite fun. He's got great charisma, very good personality. I'm stunned actually. MJ mentioned this it must be 6 months ago now that he first brought this to our attention. I'm stunned that he hasn't gone viral because it's just such a unique thing that it just feels like something that Lad Bible would just pick up on and go, look at this Scottish fella and the stuff he does. So I'm actually quite surprised. Very entertaining channel. Definitely recommend checking out that. And the other one is
he is quite big on Facebook though. I think he's got like 40,000 likes on Facebook.
Okay, I'll take it back then. He doesn't need it. No. And the other one that I will shout is actually an ex-guest on ours, Zav Makalidis, who was on the KFC channel in February. He and another Australian comedian, Ben Russell, have a YouTube channel called Dog Hello, and they do a series of videos called Little Scamps, and they are ad-libbed improv of them watching short, almost GIF versions of, like, I don't know, two cats rolling around and just saying absolutely ridiculous things to camera. I think MJ would probably quite enjoy it, quite appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll give that a go.
It's quite funny, and they've only got 500 subscribers, and I think they deserve more, because I think there's a bunch of Australian comedians that I follow, a little troupe, if you will, and they're all incredibly hilarious to me. Michael Jameson, can you please sock med me?
Sock med. It's time for questions that you posted on all the platforms that you utilize to provoke our replies. Although increasingly I'll post in the forms of statements that require no response, as opposed to the questions we requested in our initial posts on the aforementioned Sock med.
I would feel privileged and honoured to do so. So this time round, we just took a selection of the social media questions and comments. I've not read some of them, knowing that they're going to be funny, but otherwise I've sort of somewhat just picked and choose, because first of all, there were some bollocks comments, and second of all, we wanted to keep this episode particularly tight.
Like a tiger.
So, yeah, I think the word that MJ didn't use in there maybe was apologies.
No, I'm not sorry.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I am.
Quality of some of the comments are shameful, so I'm not apologising for that. Bong lungs.
Bongers.
Love you, Maddie Madworld.
Oh, here we go.
Maddie Madworld replied with some heart emojis or something. Then another comment here, this one from Bong lungs.
Bongers.
Mr. Dave of Blue Van Man, I want to give you a shout out to Unky Steve. What a G. Will he be listening to this at all?
I don't know, but he'll probably catch it up on a podcast, because they normally switch off about 9 o'clock and go bed. So, but he likes to listen to these kind of things later on. So when he's got happy days,
decent. Maddie Madworld, she had a couple of comments in a row, so I'm going to read them all out. I love MJ. Wish I went to MJ's school. That one's interesting. She then parodied Leon Tricker. I'm about the same age as MJ, 24. When I was younger, YouTube was all about sneezing pandas, Numa Guy, Star Wars Man, laughing babies, and chocolate rain. I miss the glory days. Thank God for food men keeping YouTube alive. P.S. I love MJ. P.S. I'm drunk, with the drunk emoji. And then finally, Food Women 2, big up Maverick Baking. Hey. So Kelly got a little shout out there as well. One from Finn Rogers here. Will/Can Nate do an MJ-esque weight update on his channel? Also, MJ, do you want to answer that first, and then I'll move on to the second part of his comment?
Would love to, but as I just explained, I just find it incredibly awkward talking to the camera on my own. So probably not, but who asked that question? Finn Rogers?
Yeah.
Finn Rogers.
Finn, drop yourself into the FRUK Unwrapped and fans Facebook group, and we can discuss it in there at length, like good friends. The good friends we are.
Wow. And then the second part of that comment is also, MJ, do you fart more or less since dieting? I'm about the same. Although I have had diet. Oh, in fact, this is very funny.
No, it's not. Okay. Just move on.
Remind me to tell you about the coincidence that happened today.
Good stuff.
After the podcast. Carl Mooney. Love Unky Steve. He needs to be on as well. Legend. Frankie Funko said, Blue Van Man, you are simply spiffing. You deserve all the fame. I have a question. If the food reviewers of the UK on YouTube started an Avengers team, who would you all be? I'd say Michael Iron Man, Stuart Thor, Blue Van Man, Captain America, Nate the Hulk, Kelly Black Widow. We need a Hawkeye.
I'm not too keen about the America thing because I'm English. So
we'll bring in Captain Britain.
Yeah.
He's an Avenger.
Charlie
maybe
Fleming.
Charlie could
is
be
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Yeah. There you go. Done. Bong Lungs.
Bongers.
When I was 13, I made a video about killing my head teacher, put it on YouTube, got about 8,000 views, and got kicked out of school.
He'll go far.
He's top. He's absolutely top. We need to see this video.
Literally. Where is it?
Context, Dave. Bong Lungs is what is a guy that likes marijuana?
Drug use.
He's a bit of he's a lovely guy. He's nuts. He's fucking absolutely chaotically nuts. But he's become sort of the cheerleader of this podcast, and he comes up with some very odd statements.
He's also said Bong Lungs.
Bongers.
Jason.
Dave Blue Van Man, I bet you're bloody glad you're on such a fine comedy podcast. Make sure you tell everyone to go listen to it.
Yeah, will do.
Then we've got Olish Plinsky.
Ollie.
I fucking love these podcast comment sections. Bongers and Madders doing bits for FRUK big man ting. I wonder how Dave is reacting to this though.
It's all completely new to me.
Confused.
Right, this one is
also in the. It's like James Whale used to be, isn't it? I'm sitting there thinking, what the bloody hell is going on?
Right, I've got to take a big fucking breath for this one. This is Leon Tricker.
Here we go. Here's Leon.
I'm about the same age as Stu, early to mid-40s, and when I was a kid, the closest thing we had to YouTube was TV programmes such as It'll Be Alright on the Night, or shows fronted by content creators and curators like Jeremy Beadle, a true polymath that the nation should have honoured by creating the honorary position of prankster laureate. Oh, I'm not sure what that word is. Yeah. Back then, interactivity came in the form of sending in home videotapes of your domestic mishaps, which may seem like a lot of hassle, but even in the 1980s, a delivery by Royal Mail was quicker than the 2019 upload speed in Aylesbury. Everyone wanted to get involved in the exciting new era of UK entertainment, and inspired by the likes of Beadle, my parents invested in a video camera recorder device. It was obviously a very special purchase because my parents guarded it in their bedroom every night, and it must have had special powers because I once overheard them whispering about how the video camera recording device might be able to save someone called May Ridge. One day my brother William told me he'd found a videotape in the place we knew Mum hid Christmas and birthday presents, and that he'd sent it to ITV with a letter begging them to show it. William was always desperate to please my parents, and particularly my dad for some reason. Amazingly, William's letter worked. I'll never forget the look on the faces of my parents as we watched TV one Saturday evening, and there on screen was grainy footage of our house. Our house was on the telly. Next we heard my mum's voice, all excited and giggly. My mum was on the telly, and then I could hardly believe my childish eyes as next to Mum, the naked torso of the prankster laureate appeared. Unfortunately, there was a technical error and the TV broadcast suddenly ended, but even so, I was very excited and couldn't wait to brag at school the next week. My dad, on the other hand, seemed very disappointed that only my mum got to meet the great man. Dad went very pale and just started muttering a single phrase over and over again. Watch out, Beadle's about. Anyway, what do you guys think are the best and worst aspects of YouTube? Behaviours, trends, etc.?
Fucking hell, Leon. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
son.
it's just taking it to the next level, isn't he, really? I feel like I've sort of answered the question.
Yeah.
Listen to the last hour or so, Leon.
Yeah. Then X Amelia Hills. X, would you ever do anything like the Mike Jeevons week on challenges? I think it would be interesting. For me personally, too much effort to do and upload like a week's worth of videos like that. based on top of everything else that I do. Although I have done like edited down videos about like week on vegetarian. I'd like to do more like that.
What about you, Dave? You said earlier that you sort of don't really plan ahead or anything. You sort of pick up a product and review it. Ever thought of like a little series of sort of the same thing? So that Mike Jevons, I don't know if you've seen him before, but he literally every week he'll do a week on Blue Stripe and then a week on vegetarian food and a week without sugar and all these various things.
That's I don't. When people say, "Oh, you should do this and you should do that," and I don't want to sound rude or anything, but no, that's their thing. This is my thing. I don't want, it's like when people say, "Oh, you should do such and such a, eat fish." I don't want to eat fish for a week. That ain't me. Arsing around in front of the camera, shouting June in and all that. That's me. And if I wanted to do that, I'd have done that. But I don't. I do this. This is what I want to do. So thank you very much for the suggestion. But no.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then the last comment here, TMWLLS. Biggest day in YouTube history. Correct.
Thank you. Not a YouTuber.
You're listening to FRUK Unwrapped, the Food Review UK podcast. Review it on iTunes, if you dare.
Right.
That's all I got.
Nearly done, Dave. But before we do, Stuart.
It's time to play a game. Let's play a game. It's called Sweeter or Severio. We pull the name of a foodstuff out of a hat. You tell us what you think about that. Will the next foodstuff be sweeter or savory? Will it be sugary or covered in salt? There's just no way to know. But you must predict. Will the next foodstuff be sweeter or savory?
Sauce him.
Wonderful. We're going to play a game, Dave.
Righto, dude.
This is a tremendous game. So, right in my hand, I have the Northern Flat Cap. In the Northern Flat Cap, I have a variety of foodstuffs. I will tell you the name of a foodstuff. All you've got to do is guess if the next one will be sweeter or savourier.
I like this.
Dead straightforward. Dead straightforward.
And play your cards right.
Exactly. We've had an awful year. People have been terrible at playing this game. I think the highest score is 4 and the average is about 3. So let's make a start. Your first food is it's the third time out and it's a bag of flaming hot Monster Munch. Will the next food be sweeter or savourier than a bag of flaming hot Monster Munch? What do you reckon? Sweeter than flaming hot Monster Munch. Let's go.
Do you know what I think? Before you announce it, Stuart, I feel like we've got a guy here who actually knows what the game is.
It does seem like that way. He certainly answered that with confidence, like no tentative sweeter kind of business like we got from his idiot sister and stuff. Like just a confident, a real answer. It's Tiger Bread. Tiger Bread. I think it is marginally sweeter than a flaming hot Monster Munch.
Tiger Bread. That's that one with the. Did they coat it in Marmite? I'm sure somebody told me.
No, I think it's sesame.
Right.
It's sometimes Marmite.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Tigers.
Traditionally speaking, it is actually sesame paste, but it is the cheaper places usually do Marmite.
Well, this is sesame paste Tiger Bread. I think it's sweeter than flaming hot Monster Munch. I think both of them.
I think that's fair.
Reasonably sweet, savoury products. But bread's quite sweet, isn't it? Right. Will the next food be sweeter or savourier, Dave?
I'm going sweeter again.
Okay, we have got, it's Heinz cream of tomato soup, and it is the third time it's been out.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's sweeter, isn't it? Again, though, it's very much the sweet end of savoury foods.
Yeah, that's a good run.
Will the next food be sweeter or savourier than Heinz cream of tomato soup?
Well, I've got a fly here. Sorry, killed it. One of them little gnat things, you know what I mean? I'm going sweeter again, please.
Sweeter again. I think that's a sensible decision.
We've
got, big time. We've got the Maryland original cookie.
A
contentious product on this channel, but definitely sweeter than
Still on the sweet end of savoury.
Shut up, Michael.
And now I'm going savoury.
Savoury. We're on 8. This is the best score of the year. Here we go. Please don't be airwaves. Savourier than a Maryland cookie. It's chips. It's chips.
Oh wow!
We are absolutely flying. 5th time out.
What did you say we won?
That's 5.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 8 a second ago. I was going to say, Jesus Christ.
That's 5, and we're getting a 6th.
Oh, is there any wonder that this man, this beautiful man, is going to be the leading winner? Go on.
Sweeter. Another one. Man. How many more do you need?
As many as you go for. Go
until
for
you
as long
fail.
As we can, Dave.
Go sweet.
Sweeter than chips. We have got. It's a rich tea biscuit.
It's
the 6th time out of the house.
It's the savoury end of sweet.
It is the savoury end of sweet. Sweeter or savourier than a rich tea, Dave?
Okay, I'm going savoury.
Savoury. It's a cheeseburger.
Fuck me.
Wow,
this is broken the curse.
This is the best day of my life.
I'm going savoury again.
Oh!
Then a cheeseburger. What is it?
Cheeseburger.
It's salami.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's savourier than a cheeseburger.
Full blown shout here. What we on? Is this Jason territory?
Well, I'll tell you what we've got.
We're
We've got
9,
1,
I think.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with 9th to come out.
Fucking hell.
Sweeter than salami.
Yeah.
Roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
Sweeter than salami. I'll go. Okay.
There's not much sweetness about them, really. They sort of. Yeah, I'd say they're more savoury.
You'd say they're more savoury than salami?
I think so.
You think roast potatoes are more savoury than salami?
No, sorry, sweeter. Sorry, that was what I meant. Sorry.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, I'll go with the majority.
Sorry, yeah.
I'll go sweet again then, please.
Sweeter than a roast potato. We have got Burger King onion rings.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, onions got its
sweeter.
own sweetness.
Yeah, definitely.
They are sweet. Burger King onion rings.
Yeah, they are sweet. Yeah.
Second time out.
So we're at 10.
Sweet
Also, I
onions.
bloody love Burger King onion rings.
Yeah, they are good, aren't they?
Really good. Just little delicious fried hoops of onion mush. Sweeter or savourier than a Burger King onion ring, Dave?
Savoury, please.
Savourier than a Burger King onion ring. We have got.
That's a big one.
Quavers.
No, I think that might be the end.
Savourier than an onion ring?
Yeah.
Quavers?
I can't comment because I don't think I've ever eaten a quaver.
Oh, I used to have quavers in a glass and pour milk over them.
What?
When I was a kid, when I was about 8, I used to put them in a pint glass and pour milk over them. It was gorgeous.
Oh,
did they melt?
Yeah.
Right, Dave.
Cheesy milk.
That needs to go on your channel, mate.
Yeah.
A pint of quavers and milk. That
Have
has
you
to be done.
seen when I bet the Oxo cube?
I've not seen you eat
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I ate an Oxo cube. It was fucking horrible.
Oh.
It's weird. I don't think you needed to do a video for me to know that. To be honest.
No, I used to eat them when I was a kid, but they don't taste like they did when I was a kid. So,
for the record, I would actually say that quavers are more savoury than onion rings.
And what did you say?
Dave said savoury.
I'll go with whatever the majority. I'm not sure. I think quavers are a bit sweeter than onion rings.
I can't comment.
Nah, I think onion rings are sweeter. Like onions are sweet. You can literally caramelise them. You can't caramelise cheese.
All right, fuck it. Let's go with it. I don't care.
Sweeter or savoury than a quaver?
I'm drunk on orange squash. Let's go for it.
I'm going sweeter.
Sweeter than a quaver. It's a chocolate digestive. This is ridiculous. Everyone's good luck from the past 18 months all in one night. Sweeter or savourier than a chocolate digestive?
I'm going sweeter again.
It's a chocolate digestive.
Game over, my friend. It's Walker's salt and vinegar crisps.
Well, that was a good run.
That was the highest ever score is 14. I think Jason Cockcroft about 2 years ago. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh,
That's a good effort. I'm happy with that.
I think that's the best we've had for about a year and a half, and it's certainly, I think that's second place overall. So that's a pretty good run. Well done, Dave. And
Thank you. I enjoyed that. That was good. Was good. I enjoyed that.
It's the best. It's the UK's best podcast game. That's what that is.
Yeah.
The UK's best podcast game, and it's back
It
with
is.
a bang.
You don't know what it is, really, do you? It's open to interpretation, but I
Exactly.
enjoyed that. That was good.
Exactly. Good. Thank you for playing. I enjoyed hosting it. It's been the best part of this podcast.
Well done for justifying the game finally again, Stuart. Anyone else got anything to add, or shall we just close out the show? I think that's pretty much covered all we've got.
I think why spoil a great game of sweeter or savoury by giving Michael Jameson another opportunity to speak?
Thank you so much for listening, guys. I just want to say it's been wonderful.
Dickhead.
I've enjoyed it, and I've liked the chance that we can show everybody in this world that we're okay. We're not going to slag each other off and stuff, and that to all the ones that think we are.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Finger, by the way, I know me lighted shit in the garage.
That's right. Don't worry, the video of this doesn't go out, so we'll audio describe the middle finger. No, Dave.
And I just gave the bird.
There we go. Lovely little catchphrase. No, Dave. Honestly, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Finally, it's been a long time coming, and rather remiss of us that we didn't have you on sooner. But all the best with the channel.
No worries at all, lads.
All the best with the channel. I'm sure that we'll try and hit you up again in the new year and have you on again, because it's been an absolute pleasure.
Be good to get some proper collab videos done as well. I'll try and sort something out in the near future for that.
Where do you guys live? Whereabouts in the country are you? Are you anywhere near Leicester or?
These two aren't a million miles away, are you?
Aylesbury.
And I'm in Slough.
Yeah.
If you know Slough.
I'm Manchester.
Yeah, so not all that close, but not a million miles away.
No.
So maybe if we find our way up there, we'll come and hit you up.
Yeah, no worries. That sounds good.
And in case any of our listeners don't know what the name of your channel is, Dave, what is the name of your channel, Dave?
Very simple. Of a blue van man.
Yeah,
I'm a man, and I've got a blue van.
What? Just where? What are you going to do when you have to replace your van?
I've already replaced the van. I used to have a Scudo,
right?
An 07 Scudo, and it was going to cost me that much money to keep it on the road. I got rid. So I was on the internet looking for. I only go on the AA approved website, and after about 3 weeks, I found my Transit,
right?
And it was the same colour as my Scudo.
Brilliant.
So that's it. I'm absolutely knackered now because the van is the brand.
Yeah.
So I've always got to have a blue van.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But thank you, Dave, very much, very kind of you to come on. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. And
I have enjoyed it. It's been all right, lads. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much for having me on.
Good stuff. Michael, Stuart, it's been a pleasure as always.
Correct.
Thank you for saying those words and comments.
Okay, do you want to ruin it any more?
No.
Good. Cool. Bye to the listeners. Thanks for listening. This is out now, which clearly you know because you listened to it. Bye.
So, I think you're doing a good enough job ruining the ending on your own, mate.
Shut up, you prick.